Hello everyone, I'm Captain Paperweight and this is my creeper farm tutorial. So we are building this today. Basically the reason why I built this is because I had built this giant thing over there in my series, and that whole top part's creeper farm, and I thought I was doing pretty good with 2 stacks an hour. But then I was messing with some of the mechanics I was using, changed it around a little, and it's now working even better. So this is what I got after 6.5 hours, and all those stacks add up to about 2,400-ish items, a little over that, and that basically equates to an average of like 375 items per hour. So for creeper juice, that's really good. It is super reliable. It works even during the day. As you can see, I got creepers up there waiting to die because I turned off the trident killer, and this is looking really good. So I'm really liking this. It is a little bit larger build, but it is definitely worth it. And let's go ahead and let's get this going. First, we're going to go ahead and do a little materials list for you, so you can pause it, get everything together, and then hop into the tutorial. I would also suggest watching this tutorial all the way through, just so you understand what exactly it's going to entail. Okay everyone, so to start this build out, what you want to do is you do want to go ahead and build yourself up 100 blocks at least above the floor. Technically it's 92, and even though I'm in a realm, typically I do this anyways because hey, you never know when they're going to change things. And sure enough, it sounds like yesterday, maybe the day before, they apparently changed realms to 12 chunks instead of the 4, so we should be getting closer to that 92 max spawn radius. So I'm glad I was building my realm in accordance to that, because I knew something like that was going to happen. But anywho, so build yourself up, and once you get up here, go ahead and build yourself a 6 wide by 15 block long platform. And then once you're up here, go ahead and go to one side. I tend to go to this side, don't really know why. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. Then go ahead and build yourself a little 6 by 6 platform. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, perfect. And then go ahead and fill this in. And then go ahead and head on down. Go ahead and get rid of these blocks. And then right here, you want to go ahead and take a chest. Go ahead and put a double chest right here. And then go back up here. And right where this block is, destroy that. Place a hopper, place another hopper, and a hopper here, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then go ahead and fill in the surrounding area. Perfect. So now you want to go ahead and put some blocks up and around. Right here, oops. And then go ahead and fill in these outer areas real quick. And then right here, what you're going to want to do, at least I do, go ahead and build yourself out a couple blocks, because we're about to do some hopper mine carts. And this way you can go ahead and get rid of the rails if you want to, but it's totally up to you. So grab some rails, and we're going to do 1, 2, 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 1 and 2. And like I said, if you do this for in case you want to break those rails and save them. I'm not too worried about them, so I'm actually just going to leave those guys right there. And then go ahead and block this in real quick. Get rid of those if you built that. And then build right here, these 3 blocks. And then go ahead and actually break this one and these 2. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your trapdoors and you're going to place it right up here, and then you're going to close it to keep that hopper minecart in. Go ahead and break that block as well. That's where experience will fall out from the trident killer. And then go ahead and fill in the rest of these blocks. And as well around here. And then you want to go ahead and place your ice. Packed ice works too. I just use blue ice because I like how it looks. Alright. And then now you want to go ahead and you're going to need to place pistons. I'm going to have the front of mine, like the switch to turn on the trident killer on this side. So you need to have a piston right here, right here, right here, and right here, if I remember correctly. And then go ahead and fill these in. And then go ahead and grab your dispenser. That goes right here. Then you want to put a observer, observer facing it right here. Oh, I always put those in backwards. An observer facing it right there. Then you want a solid block. Then right here you want to put a repeater. So grab your repeaters. And this is going to be on 2 ticks. And then your observer. Always place those backwards. Observer, solid block, and then another repeater on 2 ticks, and then an observer. Am I going to place it right? I placed it right this time. Then a block, and then another repeater right here on 1 tick, and then an observer, and then a solid block. Now, next, what you want to do is you actually want to come down right here underneath this observer, where you have that other trapdoor. Go ahead and place a trapdoor up here, leave that open, and then you can go ahead and fill all this in. And then I also fill in these as well. Except for that one, because we need to put our lever on that. Oopsies. Alright. So now we need to add the water, and we want it to flow that way. So we actually need to grab a stair. Break that, place a stair, and then we want to grab our water. And then we're gonna waterlog that, and then we're also gonna waterlog this piston, which is why you definitely do need to have blocks at least behind here so the water doesn't come out of there. Now you can place your trident. I have a trident that has impaling 5 on it, as well as channeling and mending on it too. I don't know what I was using this for exactly, but it was in my inventory and it works for this, so that's fine. If all you have is a regular trident, that'll work okay too. So now we need to build up around this. Like so, and then I actually suggest go ahead and put some sort of lighting on these corners, just to make sure things aren't spawning up here. They shouldn't be. And then actually, if you want to, while you're building up there so you don't come down to a surprise, light this up as well, assuming you're in survival mode. Alright, and then from here, we actually want to go up to 20 levels above where our platform is. So for us, that's 55, so we want to go up to level 175. So one thing I also do, and you don't have to do this part, but I actually like to add 4 blocks of glass right here in the front so I can see them fall in, and then the rest I just surround with my regular building block. So go ahead and build this up to level 95. Oops, not 95, 75. 74, 75, 75, perfect. So then we are 20 blocks above our platform. Alright, so now we're 20 levels above, and basically at this point it doesn't really matter which direction you go from here because it is a 4x4, but pick a side, and then from here you actually want to go out 14 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Go over 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, and then go back over there and meet the center chute. You then want to do the same thing over here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, and then 1, 2, and 3, and then meet it up. And then go ahead and fill all of this in. And then you want to go up 3 blocks, 1, 2, and 3. And then go ahead and make a wall along the outside edge here. So alright. So now you have your chute, and now you need to count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Place a block here, and then fill these in. Do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fill the 9th spot in. There we go. Now grab your water. And place water right there and right there. And as long as you counted correctly, that should fill in just perfect. That way we don't have to use signs. Alright. So, next we're going to start building the platform that the spawning platforms are going to be in. So this, we need to go out 11 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we need to go out 11 blocks on this side as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then also on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then connect all these up and fill that area in. Alright, so your platform should now look like this. So what we want to do next is we want to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. Build a wall along the outside edge of this. Alright, and it should now look like this. So let's go ahead and let's put our water in. And so actually first we need to set this up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. And then so just add blocks all along here. Perfect. So now we want to go ahead and add our water. Oop, missed a spot. And as long as we did our math correct, perfect, so we don't need signs, and I always like it when we don't need signs. And then fill in this side. And that should all, perfect. Alright, so now this next part, what we need to do is, along here, on this edge, we need to place a layer of glass. And just to there, and then do the same thing on the other side. Alright, and now so the reason why we have this glass here and then the rest of this right here is all just going to be your regular building block is because that is actually going to be a spot where the creepers are going to think they can walk. So we want it to be a block that they can walk on, but we don't want it a block that will spawn other, mobs like skeletons, or spiders, or whatever. So that's why this is glass, but we do need this layer here. Then come on the outside, go out 1 block, and cover it all up on this side as well, and finish this side off. Go out that 1 and fill that in, so that way you don't have light creeping in, messing with your spawning. Alright, so now what you want to do is you want to come in, and you want to come in 2. So from the glass, so 1, 2, third one, place a block. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that should line up with this center chute. So this is actually going to be the platform that you have your cats on for the first tile. So go ahead and fill this in. Perfect. And then you want to do the same thing over here. So you just need to go 2 blocks away from either this platform or that glass and build another platform. Alright, and then make sure that you are 2 blocks away on this side as well, and everything looks like this, and you should be good to go. Now we need to build the wall again. So we want to go up 3 on this outer edge. Alright, and so that is what it should look like. Now if you want to, you can go ahead and run another layer of glass here real quick while it's open and you don't have blocks above you, and you're good. So now pick one of these platforms, and you're going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th block should be the very center. So what we're doing here is we're going to be setting up cats. Now getting cats up here and then breeding them is probably the best bet, so just get 2, and then once you get them up here you can breed them, and you can build yourself like a little ladder as you need to get them up to the next level. And basically what we're going to do is, so we're going to get a kitty, get him to sit, And then we're going to get our half slabs. 1, 2, and 3. Right there, right around them, all nice and happy. And then we're going to place another cat. And then go ahead and keep doing this all along this center line and until you have it all filled in. Alright, so it should now look like this. Go ahead and grab your building block, and we're going to put a block over their head. And then also on this top layer, this is actually the start of the next tile as well. So this upper block right here is this block for the next tile. So almost done with the first tile. Now fill this in. All right. Now next you're going to want to grab your buttons. And then you're going to want to place 3 buttons in front of each of the cats. Like so. Now go ahead and grab your trapdoors. And first let's go ahead and do this part. So in between each of these sets of buttons, there's kind of like a little channel. That's where you're going to want to place at least 1 trapdoor, and this works perfectly, so you don't have to like cover this whole edge in trapdoors, and they will still track off of them. Now go ahead and do it on this side so they match. And like I said, the reason we're doing this is so that when the creepers spawn, they get scared off by the cats, and oops. By having these trapdoors here, they think they can track across them, so that's what they're going to fall through. But what I've noticed with these is that if you don't have another block over here on this side of the trapdoor, they tend to literally just stop right here on the edge of this trapdoor. So that's why we put this extra row in right here, and that's also why we make sure it's glass so things don't spawn on it. So now you want to go ahead and cover up the top, so that way only creepers can spawn. Alright, so go ahead and do the other side to match. Alright, and so it should look like this. So real quick, let's take a quick moment here and kind of explain why we're doing it this way. So while I was building that over there for my episode 6 of my little series I started, I had built that whole top layer is all creeper farm, and when I was trying to figure out how to make it work, I found out that cats will scare creepers even with a half slab in front of them, which is nice. But another issue I was having with one of my other farms in a similar kind of setup is, I don't know if it was the creepers, I don't know if it was spiders that were spawning, but the cats were getting moved around. This way with this setup, the creepers spawn in these channels, they can track over the buttons, they can run off, everything's all good. Oh hey, octopus. And then, totally forgot what I was saying. They will track off and everything will be fine. They will get scared by the kitties, and the nice part is, like I was saying, is they're protected. So even if a spider does somehow get in here, they shouldn't, with the buttons, they actually shouldn't be spawning in here. They can't get in there and move them around. The creepers, like if creeper were to spawn over here and get scared by that cat, they're not going to be able to push like these cats away or something in the process of running. So that is why we do that, and it does work really well. The only key thing here is to remember, for them to run off of this edge with the trapdoor, they need to see at least 1 block over here that they can walk on. So that being said, we need to repeat this process over here on this platform, but what we're going to want to make sure we do is for each tile we have the cats started on the same side, because if you notice down here, there is a channel where there isn't a cat. It's a half slab, so, or a blank space. So if we started with our cat over here and then we had our buttons, we would end up needing to put our door here. It'd look all funny, they probably wouldn't track, and you know, symmetry. So whatever side you started on this tile, make sure you start on the same side. So go ahead and recreate this over here, and you'll be done with this first tile. Then we're actually going to do 4 of these totals, so go up 3 more times and make those sets of tiles, and we'll see you when you're done with that. So we'll go ahead and get that done here real quick. And so you should be looking something like this if you are done. I have all 4 tiles, and each side is looking like this. The center should look like this. All pretty much the same, not too much difference between them, but that is what it all looks like. And then go ahead and come back over here, and what I like to do too is, and I don't know if this actually helps or not, but for some reason, you know, when you put the roof on this here, for whatever reason, to me, because I don't have a glass layer right there, I just see nothing but spiders spawning here. So like I said, I don't know if it actually helps, but I put buttons all along this very top row. Why is my buttons not going? There we go. And then that way I feel like it's not going to produce any spiders for me up here. One thing that's nice is I don't seem to have any spiders, at least that I can tell, spawning on this. And so I think this actually does help, but I could be wrong. So that is basically it there with that part. Let's go ahead and close this up. And then once you get that closed up, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a layer of glass, and you are going to want to do glass. Don't try to use light to despawn the very top of this. It will actually get inside of the box here, the platform, container, whatever you want to call it, and it will affect your mob spawn. So just use glass or leaves, although I can't remember if leaves spawn spiders or not. I always use glass. So get that all covered up, you are good to go. Then come back on down here and come over here, and what I like to do is build a happy little staircase. So I usually put one in something kind of like this. And that way you can get up here to this. And then, like I said, feel free to light this up as much as you want, this bottom portion here. Nothing should be spawning down here. This is where you'll be AFKing, so you definitely don't want anything spawning here. Maybe even put some up along the sides of the steps here, and just kind of do something like that. And then that is pretty much it, guys. So that's all we got for today. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. You know, this isn't that hard. It's really kind of basic to build. Oh look, I already think I got things falling. It's not hard to build. It's not complicated to build. It's just really tedious, and dealing with those cats I know can be a pain in the butt. But it's definitely worth it. You're going to get the returns on it. As you can see, I got creepers falling already. Go creepers, go. But anywho, thank you for watching. Definitely like, subscribe, check out my Stumblecraft series, and definitely leave comments. I love to hear what you guys have to say, and I will respond as best I can. But anywho, thank you for watching, and this is Captain Paperweight.